Welcome and thanks for joining us for another episode of Code Girls on Air, a podcast exploring all things technology, female leadership, careers, education, and topics within the nonprofit sector. On this episode, we interviewed Begum Turan, who is a software engineer at Nomad Global Communication Solutions and teaches the advanced class here at Code Girls United. So join Begum and me to hear more of her story. Welcome, Begum. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me here, Makayla.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you think you could start by just introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about your current position?
Of course. My name is Begum Turan. I'm from Turkey, and I work as a software engineer company called Nomad GCS in Columbia Falls. And my responsibilities are building up the user interface, developing APIs, creating a database, all like full stack development.
Yeah. So I kind of want to back up and talk about what made you first decide to come to the U.S.
Okay. So it was 10 years ago, and I really wanted to learn English language because if you speak English and basically you can find a job anywhere in the world, I was like, I want to see the other part of the world, but I need to learn English first. So I came Montana as a seasonal employee and I got a job as a housekeeper. And then I'm like, everyone is American, right? And I don't even understand what's going on.
Oh.
So it was not easy for sure. And then I was working a lot, like 80 hours per week. And then
my word.
My boss, thankfully, he offered me a job every summer. And in Istanbul, I was a student that time. So I came as a seasonal employee every summer. And then at the end of the summer, my English level was going better, it's getting better. So I said myself, I should apply for colleges to get my master's degree because I already got my bachelor degree.
Oh, okay. So how many summers then did you come between here and overseas?
Five summers.
Five
consecutive summers. I was dedicated and I said, I need to learn English.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that's impressive. What were some of the challenges you faced when you moved here and didn't really know English? How was that going?
I think there are two fundamental issues. So one thing, as you said, not knowing English is the first problem. The second thing is schools are really expensive, right? It costs a lot of money. So I'm not coming from the rich family, and then that's another reason I had to work hard in order to become financially sponsor myself in the United States because as I am immigrant, you have to sponsor your stuff and when you apply for colleges.
Right.
And then this is I successfully did it. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Impressive. That's really impressive. And so learning the language, you've told me a couple fun things. Can you say some of those to our viewers?
Okay. I have a funny memories I never forget. And then the chef, she said, Begum, can you bring me a flower? I'm like, flower? Because the first thing that comes to my mind, flower from the garden.
Right.
So I brought her a real flower and then she started laughing at me and I was so serious at the work, I was like, it's my job. I'm really dedicated.
You're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. And then she's just laughing at me and she said, you are cracking me up, girl. I'm like, what is the cracking up means? And then my phone was always in my pocket, to check the English and Turkish dictionary. So I put up the crack up mean, the definition of it. And it means making you laughing so much. And but in when you use the translation, it's you have a breakfast, right? You boil egg and then you crack up. It's completely different.
Oh no.
That's why I was telling myself, I have to learn all the slangs. I have to learn the proverbs, living in the daily basis.
Right. Yeah. Every little thing. No, I'm sure. So that's incredible. Your whole story coming to America. So
thank you.
What about going into a technology field? What made you want to do that?
Okay. So when I was a kid, my aunt, they were telling me, don't be an engineer. If you're an engineer, you already don't make any money. It's a man dominated job and it's not something it encourages you in, unfortunately, in the area where I grew up. It's more the be a doctor, be a dentist, right? Be a teacher. So, and then when I came to US and I studied in Germany as an exchange student, like 1 year, and I realized that I love learning. I love challenging, right? And then like issues, but I should fix this. And then I decided I should end up in studying like something every day I have to learn new things. And then I was already in the United States and I said I should study in like tech. Definitely, because it's a limitless knowledge, limitless information, right? And then also learning the algorithm, it's like literally pushes your limit, pushes your brain. Like, how can I make the command for computer and like to end up, an example, deploy the awning? Like, how can I make the system move, right? And then that's the reason I chose the information technology, and I'm studying the artificial intelligence. It's my second master's degree in the United States.
Wow, that's exciting. How's that going?
It's going well. I'm using the tool called TensorFlow. So I'm working on the project called predictive maintenance. And basically you're like, I'm trying to increase the cost and like anomaly detection. Oh, okay. Have you heard? Yeah. So I already set up the application in React. React is a front-end application. Front-end framework, and TensorFlow is the framework, and I'm using the Node server. It's going well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, nice. That's so exciting, and congratulations for furthering your career even more. So what would you say surprised you most when you were first starting out in the technology field?
Okay. So when I was doing the school assignment or school project, they are like not really giant project, right? But when you get a job in the big corporation, they have a tremendous components. So when I get a job first, I was like more focused on the UI stuff, like as opposed to the backend part. So now like you need to understand the components, like where the data start and how the API integration start, how to fit the data into my database. So like these are something when I was a student, and I really I'm not very knowledgeable that.
Right. Well, that was very different from what you were used to.
Yeah. And like now I can use the GitHub better compared to my student university college time, you know.
Yeah. So now that you've kind of gotten your feet on the ground and you're running now, in your opinion, what's one personality trait that someone would need to be successful in the tech industry?
Definitely the person who likes coding a lot, or like they should have a perseverance, you know, like they should not give up. And it's like maybe more detail focus in like the details are important too. And because it's really challenge, and sometimes you don't fix the problem right away, but it takes time. Like you need to sleep well, you know, like the next day with the fresh mind, you can solve. And then the thing is, you shouldn't give up, and then you should also focus on what is the main issue, then make from the bigger component to the smaller component, you can dive into more in details
with all the debugging.
Patient, definitely.
So can we kind of shift gears and just kind of talk about what a day in your life looks like now?
I wake up early, 5 a.m. in the morning. So
oh wow,
yeah, I love waking up early, and then I read book a lot, and then my work starts at 8 a.m. in the morning. So before I go to work, I'm stretching, doing my yoga, just recharging yourself before you're solving all the issues.
The problems,
yes. And then after 5, what I'm doing, right now I'm doing my AI. And I have the assignment every week, needs to be submitted by the end of the Sunday. So after 5, I'm doing my schoolwork, and then during the weekends, I'm going to snowboarding.
Oh, that's exciting. So how are you balancing a personal life and school and having a full-time job?
That's why I wake up early.
That's wake up early.
Right. I mean, and also just what I figured out, when you distribute your workload in like partially, not like overwhelming yourself, I think you can handle it, like just, okay, this is the time I'm focusing on my work between 8 to 5. After 5, spend 2 hours on the AI project. And then Saturday, do not open the computer. Just go to mountain and then have fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Take a recharge day.
Definitely.
Has there been a specific piece of your AI project that you're really loving so far?
Knowing the tools of the AI, like what I really like about the AI, you have a historical data already. Let's say I have a sensor data, right? And then I can make the data like in a meaningful way by looking. The AI helped me to look at okay, the sensor data is already giving me this result, but in the feature, it can reduce the cost by using the AI. This is, I think,
super helpful, I'm sure.
And you can find the anomalies, like what's wrong.
Oh yeah. Quickly finding those problems. So what would you say is your favorite thing about your job now, or just being in the tech industry? Like, what's your favorite piece of it?
Learning every single day, growing up every day. Seriously, like as I said, when I look at the past and now, like just 10 years ago, I was completely like different person. I couldn't even speak English. And then now, I mean, just learning every day, reading a lot. It's what I like the most, definitely growing up and then comparing myself in the past. And like, I'm not competing anyone. I'm just like, hey, how can I be better tomorrow?
Yeah, just bettering yourself.
And working at Nomad GCS is like really meaningful because they are manufacturing the CMOC. It stands for Command Mobile Operation Centers.
Okay.
So those vehicles are helping the human being, like where the earthquake happens or wildfire happens.
Yeah.
Every minute, every second matters, right? In Turkey, we had an earthquake. It's a disaster. So if one of those CMOCs was in the Turkey, there could have been lots of people life already saved. Yeah, this is, and when you write coding, like I think it should be really user friendly, and then like a user can understand, hey, or it can navigate you easily, and then the timing wise, like the performance wise, it should be fast, right? As I said, every second matters.
Every second matters. You're making it very impactful. Yes,
that's
incredible.
the thing. Like, if you helping the human beings, it's like it's valuable, fulfilling.
Yeah. No, that's incredible. So I'm going to shift gears one more time, and can you talk a little bit about your experience here at Code Girls and how you got started with our nonprofit?
Yeah. So I was always wanted to be surrounding with the young girls because, like, in Turkey, I have witnessed the girl who married very early ages, which makes me so sad. So I really wanna change the mindset. Not the engineering job, not the only man can do, but also women definitely can do, because the women are like focus on more detail, and I want the woman like stand their feet on like I'm doing, and everything is possible if you just put the goals in your mind every single day. You don't list like what I did really good. I listen to people who are already made some big good changes in their life. Like those are the people I got the good advice. And beside that, I just like focus on, if I need to study in the United States, I have to speak English, or I need to make enough financial resources to pay my school, right? Those are I make the bullet point, and I just did the check mark. This is done. This is done. Just like a small step, it really matters in like the goals or checkpoints.
Yeah, they're little bite-sized pieces. No, that's incredible. So when you found our nonprofit, how did you, so you're in the advanced class currently, right? And so what are you helping the girls with in there?
So I also want to explain, like, I wanted to surrounding by the girl, and then I was like searching in Montana, where can I find the girls who is willing to learn coding? And then I was lucky, I found here. I'm like so close to my apartment.
Right, yeah.
And then last semester we were doing the head fashion show.
Oh,
so
yes.
like they are so smart and they are super creative. Like, as I said, I'm not only they are learning from me, I'm learning from them also too a lot. So, and this semester, so there are like two groups, and then the 9th grade group, they are gonna do the hunting application.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then I was just telling them, and then because the Eva, she said to me, 400 yards, and I said, convert to the meters, then everyone can understand. Because like in Turkey, we use the kilometer system,
the
right? Metric system. Like here, we have a mileage, pound, yard, stuff, right?
Our imperial system, yeah.
And then just we were discussing about like just brainstorming each other, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's good for me also. Yeah. And then we will be using the React language.
Oh, yeah, React Native. Good. I think it's good for the girls to get not only the foundation in App Inventor with the block coding, but then also the scripted programming languages like React Native.
We will be using the Visual Studio.
Yeah, which you already have experience with your job, so it's perfect. Well, that's wonderful. Do you think you could give us one piece of advice that you give to somebody starting out in the technology field who's maybe a young girl and is kind of scared to start?
Definitely, this is not just like a man job. Like, they shouldn't think this stereotype. And they can study more the data structure and algorithm. There's a website called LeetCode. This is how I prepare myself. And then I think like there are some companies in the United States that are more focused on for the candidates. Are they capable of writing an algorithm? Or there are some companies that are asking, what project have you done in your college time? So I have done the e-commerce web application app, just like you're selling the horses, the brand name, the age, all the feature of the horse. So I made the login app. So it will be good for the young girls if they start up the learning data structure algorithm or making the project from scratch.
Yeah, getting some experience before heading into the field.
This is what I have done.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And this was an honor to talk with you and learn your story.
It is really an honor for me to being here, believe me. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to this episode. Next week on Code Girls on Air.
Being open to opportunity. If something opens a door for you, don't be afraid to take it if it looks interesting to you.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to take a chance and put yourself out there because it's very rewarding.